So what I said is I see a few new faces in the room here and I see a few new names online. So if you have not introduced yourself in the morning, I'm going to have you introduce yourself so that the other people in the room or participants online and in the room know who you are. And if you are not here in the morning, there's going to be a quiz at the end. You need to know the names of everybody else, okay? All right, if you're not here in the morning, you got more homework. Let's start, yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Shubham, and I'm a second year MTech student in IIT Guwahati only. So I'm doing my MTP project under Dr. Akhilesh Kumar Moria only, and my MTP is titled as Use of Driver Simulator and Eye Tracker to analyze driver behavior in the glare condition. And I'm basically from Himachal Pradesh.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I am Niazuddin, research scholar, PhD, pursuing PhD from IIT, this institute, and I am from Kolkata, West Bengal.
Okay. I see a few names online. If you did not introduce yourself this morning, please speak up and introduce yourself. Tushar, were you here this morning? No. Somebody else spoke up. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Sorry, sir. I wasn't audible in the morning time.
Okay.
Now I've sorted the issue. Let me introduce myself. I am Krishna Kishore, PhD student at NIT Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu. My native is Chennai, Tamil Nadu, sir.
Okay. Excellent. Anybody else online who did not introduce yourself this morning? Tushar, are you there? Did he introduce himself this morning, Tushar? I don't remember. Okay. So welcome back. So this is something that Professor Maurya, Dr. Bhardwaj and I had envisioned as mini group exercises to have you build on what you heard this morning and what you heard from Professor Maurya this afternoon. I'll have prompts, okay, and for each prompt you will have some time to discuss amongst yourselves, and then after each prompt I'll give you time limit and I'm going to call on each group. Here we have 3 groups of 3, and online we have already set up WhatsApp groups. There are 5 WhatsApp groups. We would like those of you who are online to connect with your WhatsApp group within the time limit, and for each prompt I want you to designate one person on your team who is going to summarize the team's discussions, but it cannot be the same person responding for every question, every prompt. So I'm trying to give everybody an opportunity to get engaged. But before I do that, this morning I had asked a question, and we had an online poll option, input option. So this is what we see. We had 12 respondents, and the question was, what are the main causes of road crashes in India? And the size of the lettering in a word cloud, if you haven't seen a word cloud, gives the relative importance that how many people thought that was important. So overspeeding is the common one, the most common response that you all provided, and as I showed you in one of my slides earlier this morning, that was the top concern in terms of causes of road crashes in India. That seems to be also the primary cause of road crashes in the developing nations, overspeeding. Okay. So having said that, let's transition now to the questions that I have. The first question, I had this as the last slide or one of the last slides this morning, is discuss amongst yourselves, what do you think is the current status and practice in terms of promoting safety? it is in terms of promoting safety. The key words are promoting safety. So I will give you 10 minutes, and if you want to chat amongst I want you to chat amongst yourselves. Those online, if you do not know which WhatsApp group, let us know. Just put a message in the chat box. I'll monitor it, and I'll get help from one of the people here who helped set up the WhatsApp groups. So let's go. You have 10 minutes. What is the current status and practice in India related to promoting road safety? You came just in time. So this is a question. You need to team up. You have 10 minutes to discuss this question. I have 4 such questions, so we will have subsequent ones. Sit next to each other like you want to talk to each other, okay? Yeah, please make notes of your discussions, because at the end one of you will have to summarize what your team talked about. And one of the things also is, after you summarize, whether you take a screenshot if you're writing it, or if you're typing it on a computer or on a computing device, you can just submit it to us through those online, through your WhatsApp group. Those who are here will figure out a way. Maybe you can enter it into the chat box. One minute to go. Okay, time ho gaya. Shall we get going in terms of report backs? I'm going to alternate between people here and online. So since we have 5 WhatsApp groups, I'm going to start with WhatsApp group number 5 online. Who is the representative for WhatsApp group 5? Who is going to report for WhatsApp group 5? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Chandrika this side.
Okay.
So no one responding from my group, so I am just leading this group.
Okay. For this question you're
Yeah.
leading, but I want the others to take turns for the other questions.
Yes, definitely, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. So regarding the current status and practice in India, what so far I have received within the group. So here, let me just read it. So regarding basically in terms of the gender, male are the more affected population compared to the female counterpart, and the current what actually from the government side, what they are focusing: road safety advocacy, improving trauma care services, and focus on improving infrastructure, and focus on behavioral change, which is currently Ministry of Road Transport Highway is focusing more. At some extent adopting modern technology to surveillance the traffic movement in some cities, and focusing on building safer system infrastructure, use behavior, and
Okay. All right. And do you have all of this in your WhatsApp group chat? I presume so.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's yeah, I read. Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
sir. Over to
So
you.
please introduce who are the other members of your group. please, since you led the summary, I want you to tell me the names of the other two people on your group. I'm going to ask you this.
I can just name Aishwarya here, and other I can't see the name because number is only in group.
Okay, so other than Aishwarya, who is the third person? Can you speak up? We'll find it. Okay. So, any questions or comments to Mr. Verma? Okay. So, let's start with the last row here. If you can give a report of what your team discussed and what you all agreed is the current status and practice in India related to protecting road safety. You came just as everybody else started. Okay, I will excuse you this one. All right, next row. So first introduce yourself so that everybody else online will.
Myself, Daniel Dole. I'm a PhD scholar within IIT Guwahati.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah.
Okay. So current status here in India is that poor driver behavior in India, and also the law enforcement is not strict due to bribing culture. This is the main point in traffic we seen, and also the infrastructure is not good, though it is evolving significantly. And if we see the practice in India, there are many policies that have been integrated within India, like Motor Vehicle Act 2019. Suppose there are stricter penalties are involved, and the compensations for victims whoever get accidents, and also the promoting electronics monitoring management such to improve accidents from any fatalities. Also the road engineering and infrastructures, as well as the IRAT. If we speak of the IRAT, sir, integrated road accident database. With the data, we can get better policy for making for road improvement infrastructure.
Yeah, but
also, sir,
yeah,
yes.
Go ahead.
Also, the road safety audit is one part that can improve within our Indian, because while we build a national highway, there is always a purpose to get the idea of the road, sir. Suppose we visit the field and try to figure out what are the main causes within the junction point, or as well as the curve point, as well as straight road. Is there any signal, or it is the landmarking is not clearly visible? As well, suppose we have the electric poles. We have seen within national highway there are many electric poles that has not been placed properly within particular places. That makes one of the key point where accident happens. And also, sir, if we see the landmarking where the shoulders are there, shoulders have not been properly implemented for road for a vehicle to move sidewise, and that's all, sir.
Okay, thank you. And who introduced the members of your team?
Yes, sir. With me, Ritesh Kumar Rao and Subham.
Okay. So one point I had is you mentioned IRAD, but that is not the current status. That is what is going to come, right?
Okay.
I want everybody to focus on what is happening now or what has happened. I'm very happy that you're thinking about what is coming. I have another question for that. Okay. Don't jump ahead.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Any questions from people online for, I'll call this in-room group 1? Comments? No. Okay. So WhatsApp group 4. This is being recorded, no? Yeah. WhatsApp group 4.
Hello, sir. This side is Pratyush.
Okay.
Speaking from IIT Bombay.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, sir. So, few things that I would like to discuss is in India there is Road Safety Week we celebrate every year. So, Road Safety Week is celebrate like we from starting of the year we like We make this program, and it's on a national level.
Okay.
So Road Safety Week is one, and school and college programs. A large number of schools and colleges are including these safety programs in their curriculum. And since 2019 Motor Vehicle Act has come, so the penalties on helmet and what we say, seat belt. So the penalties have been increased, and Supreme Court in 2019 also directed states to focus on institutional framework, on the enforcement, on medical care, infrastructures. And right now, 8 states have audited more than half of the national highway length. So, but still a large number of states are lacking this. But 8 states have said about their roads and their what programs they are taking on to combat the road safety.
Okay. Thank you, Pratyush. Who are the members of your team?
I have Shruti Singh from IIT Bombay.
Yes.
And other members, I don't have idea. So,
but I hope they have been contributing through the WhatsApp group.
So I received the Shruti message.
Okay, all right. So we will look into that, because I want everybody to participate. That's how not only will you learn, that we will learn from you too. Each of us brings varied experiences. All right, in room group 2. The next row to the front. Who is the spokesperson?
Hello sir, myself Sasi, PhD scholar. So from the discussion of our group, we have certain key points, like governments are implementing various laws, NGOs and institutions working side by side to educating people, like IRSC, it's Indian Road Safety Campaign. There are certain governments who try to improve the design efficiency. Now the India working various on ADAS and e-vehicles. We are using so many surveillance cameras to get the trajectory data, to get the road safety audit data. Government have initiated the scrapping old vehicles. Also the fines are increased by almost 10 times. Governments promoting public transports. So these are also the factors to reduce the accidents. Also for the, we have dedicated freight corridors. And for the infrastructure development, we have PM Gati Shakti. So these are the major key points, sir.
Okay, thank you. So what was the last but one point? Promoting public transport, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you expand a little bit on the Indian Road Safety Campaign?
So it's like there are so many NGOs and governments working side by side to educating people.
So these are a collection of organizations,
yes, sir,
who are working on the Indian Road Safety Campaign.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you familiar with any NGO? Can you name any NGO?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good. Who are your team members?
It's Asgar and Ishita.
Ishita? Ishita, not Ishika, right? TA. Does anybody online have any question? Comments for this group? Anybody in the room? Here? No, okay. Next up is WhatsApp group 3. Who is going to speak for WhatsApp group 3? Akhilesh, do you see WhatsApp group 3 interacting there? I'm going to skip to WhatsApp group 2. We'll come back to WhatsApp
Hello,
group.
sir.
Yes.
Group 2, sir.
Okay.
Myself, Krishna Kishore, PhD student, sir.
Okay.
Myself, Mr. Ashwani Gupta, and one more person belongs to group 2, sir. Only
Okay.
number is there. I couldn't able to see his name.
Okay.
So we three belong to group 2. We
Okay.
were discussing about the 4 E's of traffic safety, sir. Namely, the education, engineering, enforcement, and emergency service.
Okay.
So on education topic, the road safety campaigns, like the promotion of road safety campaigns organized by various NGOs and government officials, and road safety education in curriculum, school education, sir. So that we were discussing. And with respect to engineering sector, electric vehicles, like promotion of electric vehicle to reduce CO2 emission, laying new roads to improve road infrastructure, ITS implementation, and some variable messaging signs like prompt variable messaging signs for alternative route diversion, etc. And the number plate recognition cameras
Yeah.
to automatically detect the red light violation and other the violation. And regarding the enforcement, the new amendments in Motor Vehicle Act, and then one particular new rule has been introduced in the new amendment, that is the driving by minor. So there is a penalty for that. And regarding the emergency services, designating trauma centers near hotspot locations.
Okay. I think Professor Maurya had highlighted
Yes.
the last two
Yes,
ones.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Romba Nandri.
Vanakkam, sir.
Okay. Questions from the room, from the audience? Comments? Okay, online, any questions or comments for Kishore and Ashwini? Krishna Kishore, I should say. No, this is a pretty silent group. In room group 3, I'm going to move forward.
Sir, if we talk about the current status of the road accidents.
Please introduce yourself so everybody online can identify you too.
Sir, my name is Rahul Narayan. I am accompanying with Sanatan Das and Nizamuddin.
Okay.
Sir,
Go ahead.
yes, sir. Sir, if we talk about the current status of the road accident of the India, sir, there is 1264 accidents and 462 deaths every day, or 53 accidents and 19 deaths every hour in the country, as per the road accident 2022, which is published by the MORTH. And sir, the traffic death comes on the first rank in the case of the accidental death, as per the NCRB report. Sir, if we talk about the practices, sir, the first one is the educational measures. In the educational measures, we have made mandatory to did road safety audit for all the auditors as a certification course. And if we talk about the road engineering, sir, if there is any NH having high frequency of the accidents, that is, we can say black spots, in that case we have to make model safe roads, and we have started electronic detailed accident report. In the case of the vehicle engineering, sir, we have mandated FitMETs and ABS. In the case of enforcement, sir, we have come with MVA 2019. And in the case of emergency medical service, government had introduced a concept of good Smartian law.
Thank you. Any questions for this group or comments for this group from people in the room? No?
So, just to add one thing, so good Smartian law is something which is added because many a times when accident happens, people are hesitant to admit the victim to the hospital because of many legal issues. So that hassle has been removed through this law.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so let me just expand on that. What Rahul and his team talked about, the last point was the introduction of the Good Samaritan law. So that is, if somebody who's not involved in a crash stops to help provide support, provide assistance, or take those injured to the hospital, that person will not then be subject to, what is it, forced to go to a police station, forced to go to a court, so on and so forth. That they did it in good faith to help, and maybe they may have to provide an FIR or statement, and after that they will not then be penalized for being a good person to help those in need. Did I summarize that correctly? Yeah. Because I have seen this right in India. There are other motor vehicles, there's a crash and others are just going by, they don't want to stop because they are afraid if they stop, then they will lose the rest of the day, rest of the month, rest of the year, just being chased by police and courts to say, describe what they did or what they saw, so on and so forth. Thank you, group 3. I'm going to go back to WhatsApp group 3 online. Are you there? Anybody from WhatsApp group 3? Were you able to see if anybody from WhatsApp group 3 participated?
Only one person is there, Ashutosh.
Okay. Ashutosh, are you able to provide your comments?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Sir, in India, the current practice regarding road safety is several things like National Road Safety Policy 2010, Motor Vehicle Amendment Act 2019, and National Road Safety Month and Week. Road safety. There is a road safety audits for all type of roads like national highway, state highway, rural roads, and there is a vehicle scarpage policy, and also government promoting public transportation such that for public. So the private vehicle count should be low in on the road, and that's also.
Thank you very much, Ashutosh. So please keep this point, the last point that you mentioned, promoting public transport, use of public transport, so as to minimize the vehicle miles of travel by private vehicles. Please keep that point in mind. Later on during the workshop, we will talk about some of the factors we need to consider when we quantify safety. So this will be one of the items that I intend to discuss. If I don't discuss it, please call me out and say, Professor, you said you will discuss it, you haven't.
Okay, sir. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. So now in room group 4. Is this enough time?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, sir, myself Pritam Prakash Shah. I am a MTech student. Sir, I will start from field of engineering like Zero Fertility Corridor. Some organization are in India who are working on this particular program to make a Zero Fertility Corridor. And after that, sir, for vehicle safety standards, different level of ADAS techniques are getting used in there. ABS is there, and as well as airbags. And for vehicle, we are also take caring of the children's to make their safer seat within the vehicle. And if I talk about the enforcement, so recently only government increased the penalty by 10 times. After that, if I talk about the training or education, so recently government is giving the training session to the drivers to know the driving methods and the mental health of particular drivers. And also I already mentioned that good Samaritan law is also, and they are also including the school transport with the public transport, because in school transport also our users are there. After that, sir, I want to mention, as already black spots are identified by the MRTH,
So before going to the black spot, nowadays they are using application of artificial intelligence to identify the most unsafe areas beyond the black spot. Like today that spot is not a black spot, but tomorrow that can be a black spot. So they are identifying before, and they gave the name that is gray spot. So that is the one more. And if we see that towards the rectification of the identified black spots, so they are also developing a detailed project report on that to get rectify from that particular black spot.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Pritam Prakash. Who are your teammates?
So in my team, Abhishek is there,
Okay.
Sachin, Himanshu, and Vinit.
So is it because you had 5 people you needed more time? More debate? Yeah. 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 Just one more group and then we can. All right, any questions? No question, no chai. Okay. Anybody online? No, okay. So if I got it right, the last group we need to call on is WhatsApp group 1. Who would like to represent WhatsApp group 1?
Sir, I will. I am Anurag
Anurag?
Thomre.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Anurag Thomre, PhD scholar at IIT Roorkee. My team members in the group are Mr. Vishal, Mr. Ritvik, one person whose name is not visible. So there are 3 excluding me. So coming to the question of current status and practice in India. So current status, so more or less the current practice is more towards the reactive approach, wherein more emphasis by the government and the agencies is towards like after crash is occurring. Which is actually not like helping us to bring down the accident numbers, and that's the prime reason why we are like missing our road safety targets. First decade of action also we have like missed our target. Same situation is going on in the second decade of action itself. So overall the status is not good, and it's in the declining trend itself. Now coming to the practice, what has been opted in India. So now coming like going by the ease of road safety measures. So coming first to the engineering measures. So safe system approach as a philosophy, people are like trying to understand, but still due to the lack of any practice manual, still the agencies and the professionals who are involved in this domain are not able to implement or execute properly. Secondly, coming to the education. So yes, government and the different agencies are actually like providing more impetus and work, like starting from road safety week. Now it has increased to a month. So now we are having annually January or in the month of February, we are having a month where we actually like there are seminars, webinars, awareness campaigns throughout the country level. So this is the a major work which has been update in this field. Coming to the enforcement, again there are many gray areas and laws which have been framed from last 4 or 5 years, be it Motor Vehicle Amendment Act. Now there is another updation in the BNS for the hit and law. Again, because the hit and related crashes are increases in the Indian context. So now government has brought in a new law, but again there are like execution and implementation challenges. So again, there has been there has not been a finalization of how we can improve the existing law so that all the stakeholders on board. So that's the overall like situation in the Indian context.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Anurag. For those who are online, do you have any questions or comments for Anurag, Vishal, Ritvik, and the other person on the team? Anybody here? No question, no chai, and no snacks. Okay, last time I said no chai, but now no chai and no snacks. No, you guys is way too shy. All right, so we thank you all. I appreciate it. I have 3 more prompts in this, and we have time at least until 5 o'clock, but we're going to take a 10-minute break right now. But the following prompts, I will only give you 5 minutes to discuss, and I may not ask everyone to report. I may just call randomly, so be prepared to report. I just want to be mindful of the time that we have. But I want it to be a meaningful exercise. Even if you do not report, those of you who are on the WhatsApp groups, please type in your group's comments on WhatsApp, the group. Those of you who are here, I would like you to summarize your discussions through the chat box in this for this video session. Okay? Professor Maurya, 10 minutes okay? Okay, it is 4:02 by my watch, so to 4:12. I will start promptly at 4:12. All right, those of you online, you can take a bio break, as we say, or if you have chai or coffee or nimbu juice, whatever it is, you can enjoy that for 10 minutes. Be ready to come back.
Sir, I have a question to you.
Yeah.
Sir, the earlier group one asked about the electric vehicles. They are adding the traffic safety to the electric vehicles. Actually, what it means, like traffic safety, implementing electric vehicles on the road, it will give a traffic safety.
As related to this particular course and workshop focused on data, I don't see a strong direct tie, but there are certainly concerns about both EVs helping safety and EVs not being good for safety, more so from a vehicle mechanics perspective and the fuel and combustion of fuel. But at the same time, there is a lot of concern from emergency responders on if a EV catches fire, how to respond to the battery fire. But that doesn't apply in the context that we are talking about the road user safety. So I'm going to defer that, and I'm happy to talk to you outside of the formal sessions.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions? So I'm going to speed up the discussions. I told you I have 4 more questions. The next question is, what are the pressing needs in India? And I'm going to give you 5 minutes for your group discussions. And once again, I need somebody from each team to summarize your team's response. It cannot be the same person who summarized it previously. So 5 minutes from now, starting now. You can only talk to your team. You cannot talk to the other team. That's foul. For the next question, I'm going to have you split up. I don't want 5 people, 3 and 2. You can decide which 3, which 2. 1 minute. Okay, time. So unlike the last question, in the interest of time, we have another 40 minutes and I have 2 more questions. I will call on a few teams, and all of you who are in this room, please enter are you logged into the session? How do we get them to enter their responses here? Write it and we'll capture it and we'll figure out a way, okay, because I want to get that. And I'm slow writing when you speak. I cannot write as fast as you speak. So let's start with the group in the middle, the gentleman with the red t-shirt. And your group, tell me who you are, and you only have 1 minute to summarize key points of your discussion. So Ritesh, you're speaking for your team?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Speak up so others know who's speaking.
Hello everyone, my name is Ritesh Rao and I am representing my group with Daniel and Shubham. So the pressing needs in India for road safety are enforcement of the traffic rules, we are lacking in the enforcement of the rules in India right now. Need of automated system and stricter penalties. Also the helmet and seat belt compliance, safe road infrastructure. Right now we are facing a problem with poor road design, pedestrian infrastructure, and poor crash barriers. Mostly the end treatment of the crash barriers too, and irregular and missing crash barriers at the curves and at the required place. Driver training and licensing. Right now, getting the license in India is very easy. I am embarrassed to say this. I am having the four-wheeler license and I can't drive. So I think that
it is recorded, right? And it will be on YouTube.
So I'm learning now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so time.
Okay.
I have to keep going, so thank you for capturing the highlights. WhatsApp group 3.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, Ashutosh, are you the only one on WhatsApp
Yes.
group 3?
Sir, me and one more students there, but I don't see the name.
Okay. Can that student speak
so-
up since you presented the previous report? Can the other person present the report? Tushar?
Sir, I don't. Sir, so can I speak, sir?
Yes, just go ahead. For the next one, I want the other person to be ready to speak.
Okay, sir. Sir, in India, a better infrastructure development should needed to upgrading the road network, enhancing the public transport, and also we can integrate naturalistic driving behavior to improve the safety to improve the safety, and also immediate response at accident location, and also to access the accident data, there need a transparent system so that enhance road safety study.
Okay,
Thank
thank you, Ashutosh. Out here, the team up front.
Sir, I'm Shanthan Dash, and sir, as per our conversation, we come to this point that the regular inspection of the road and the vehicle should be checked up regularly. For vehicle safety standards should be maintained, like the brakes and all, and enforcement should be more strict there, and free medical aids should be there for the people if there is any emergency. And sir, as per NVA 2019, fines should be more strict, because otherwise it will not affect to the people.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. WhatsApp group 4.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I'm Shruti. I'll be taking up this question from WhatsApp group 4.
Okay.
So the pressing matter which India is facing with regards to road safety is, firstly, we need to strengthen our road safety governance. Like, there are a lot of laws and amendments have also been done to the laws, but at state level, the implementation needs to be checked. Plus, there are states who haven't dedicated a good chunk of fund for studying these auditing roads and studying the roads in their area. Then we need improved infrastructure with respect to, say, we need pedestrian friendly infrastructure for walkers and cyclists, because they actually constitute a good chunk of accident who are facing accident. They are the vulnerable user categories. So for them, we need a good chunk of infrastructure. Then we need a better implementation of traffic calming measures in high risk zones. And as far as policy implementation is concerned, we need a very robust crash data collection and surveillance system, because that is something which we are lacking behind by a good margin. Like whatever reports which we have, the police data or health sector estimates, they have a lot of gaps. They are quite underreported. So we need a good and robust crash data collection system. And apart from that, we also need better funding in the to contribute towards the research and policy development, and more focus in public awareness and educational program.
Okay, thank you,
That's it.
Shruti.
Thank you.
Is it Pratyush who is on your team?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Anybody else on your team?
There are people, but I don't know their names, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, that's one of the things, is to get to know each other. By tomorrow when we do the next tutorial, I'd like you maybe spend 30 seconds introducing yourselves to the others, especially those online, okay?
Sure, sir.
Thank you, Shruti. Thank you for accepting that deal. Okay, here, WhatsApp group. Do we have 2 groups in the last row or 1 group? Okay, and you're on both groups? The one in the middle? 3 plus 3, okay. I'm just adding him in both groups. All right, so who's making the presentation? Chalo, chalo. No, the people online cannot hear you if you don't use a microphone.
Good evening, sir. Myself Sachin. Now India faces several pressing needs across various key sectors, but according to our road safety, fertility challenges for awareness campaigns like National Road Safety Month and Good Samaritan law. And second is to encourage policy and enforcement like Motor Vehicle Road, Act and road safety audited for current project as well as future project regarding traffic analysis, and for regarding technological and infrastructure improvements.
Okay, thank you. That was very quick and terse. Appreciate that. All right, so let me go to WhatsApp group 5.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, is that Aishwarya?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so according to our discussion, accident or injury, it should be highlighted as one of the major domain in public health sector. Then the vulnerable road users such as the pedestrian, cyclist, or the two-wheeler safety should be should come ahead of the, like, it should be given more focus. Then strengthening of the enforcement, improving the design and quality of infrastructure, educating drivers or the road users. Inadequate emergency system management is there. So for the near the golden hour response system should be encouraged, like improved. Then implement vision zero like policy in local level, standardization of vehicle or safety protocol throughout.
That's a lot. You just hurried up in 1 minute. So vision zero, and what was the last thing you said?
A standardization of vehicle or the safety protocol throughout, like it should be throughout the country, it should be similar. Like for example, if it's in Kerala, we can see that the vehicles, the modifications are not allowed in vehicle, but in other parts of the country it's allowed. But it should be uniform throughout the nation.
കേരളത്തിൽ എവിടെയാണ് മോഡിഫിക്കേഷൻ അനുവദിക്കാത്തത്?
So MVD modification allowed അല്ല, ബസിന്റെ ആയിരുന്നാലും കാറിന്റെ ഒന്നും മോഡിഫിക്കേഷൻ അലൗഡ് അല്ല.
പക്ഷേ വണ്ടികൾ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ?
ഇപ്പം ഒരുപാട് റൂൾ ഉണ്ട്. 10,000 ഒക്കെയാണ് മിനിമം ഫൈൻ വരുന്നത്.
Okay. She said modifications, and how many of you understood what I just talked to her about? I gathered she's from Kerala. She used an example from Kerala, so I spoke to her in Malayalam. She said modifications are not allowed for motor vehicles. I asked where in Kerala. She said all across Kerala. I said I've seen plenty of vehicles. They said no. She said there's a significant penalty, 10,000 rupees penalty. Did I capture that right, Aishwarya?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I see all over the place. Yeah, Desi Jugad hai. Yes. Good. So which is the team that hasn't spoken?
So the first point will be
Introduce yourself. They need to know you too.
okay. So I am Ishita Pragya and my teammates are Shashiraj and Agashre. Okay. So the points will be there is a need of improvement in road infrastructure. There is a lack of pedestrian and cyclist in infrastructure in India, and there are black spots also. And the second point will be stronger enforcement in traffic rules, like there are low penalties. In fact, India has increased 10 times, but if you can see during when the traffic police give the penalty, people used to give 100 or 200 rupees in his pocket. This is the corruption is we can say it going on. So the another thing is driver training and license reform is required. As he said, he got license without this. Okay. There is a need of emergency response also, as we talked about golden hour cares and the good Samaritan law. We need that, and there is a need of data driven policy and crash data system, like a standardized system and smart infrastructures. There's a need of road user behavior change also. In that we can say awareness and education is required, and there are various
Finish this.
and there are various vulnerable road users, so we need to record that behavior changes, and we need to design according to them.
I said full stop, not comma and then comma and comma.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So online, who did I not call? I went to WhatsApp 3, 4, 5. WhatsApp group 1. Did I call on you already? No, I did not. Do you have any report from WhatsApp group 1? No. So it's, I'm intrigued by the breadth of comments, and few of you talked about and overlapping themes. Many of the teams did, but a few of you talked about data. Remember, this workshop is about data, so I was hoping for a little more data. And what I was also very intrigued by is many of you talked about use of data to drive policy. I know everybody in this room or in the audience has essentially got an engineering background, but I'm very happy to see that you're thinking about not just what you do for engineering, but how can you influence policy making, because we as engineers have limited ability to do things. We can engineer things, but if there are no laws or no regulations that are in place that will either make users comply or make users be reluctant not to comply. So policy is a big part, and a few of you talked about funding, and that is also usually one of the biggest challenges, is allocating adequate resources in time, in a timely manner. You can't say that we will spend 1,000 crores over the next 10 years, which will be a dribble here, dribble there. If you need a large substantial investment now, can you get that now? And many of you answered my next question in this, so I'm going to jump this. What are the related challenges? I think we addressed that in the last two questions. So the next one I want you to talk about are what are the potential opportunities. So once again, I'm going to give all of you 5 minutes. The last row I need you to split up into 2 teams. Okay. Just because you're sitting next to each other, I think you're talking too much to each other. So 2 of you or 3 of you come to the row in front. Push him. Okay, so 5 minutes starting now. 1 minute remaining. Okay. Does anybody want to volunteer in this room to provide the first summary, because then others cannot repeat what you said?
Go ahead. Okay.
Give me 1 minute, let me sit down.
Okay. May I continue?
Yes, 1 minute, let me sit down and. Okay, yes. Please say your name so everybody will know.
Okay. I am Ashagri and my group mates, Shashi and Ishita. So in our discussion, we pointed out some pointers that the potential opportunities include digital and artificial intelligence revolution.
What is that? Please repeat again.
Digital.
Digital, okay, I missed that word.
Digital and artificial intelligence
okay.
Revolution.
Yeah.
Green energy and sustainability. There is a government and private sector collaboration toward this area, and awareness are there. Post-crash emergency responses are also a bit good. Big data and research opportunities are also potential opportunities that we can use. Real-time data-driven and training or trained road engineers and planners are now increasing. So this could be some potential opportunities toward this area. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ashagri. Anybody online, who wants to go first online? I'm going to call WhatsApp group 1. Is there anybody from WhatsApp group 1?
Yeah, yes, sir, this is Tazim.
Okay, hi Tazim.
Yes, sir. This is Tazim from IIT Srinagar. So, regarding the question, India can turn its road safety crisis into an opportunity by adopting strict traffic laws, private collaborations with the government, and techniques, AI techniques. And what we have discussed in the group, like emergency responses and post-crash care, I put some points forward there.
Okay.
Strict challans, fines and obeys the traffic rules and regulations. Speed guns to govern fast-moving vehicles. Two-wheelers should have pillions for both the riders. Better and easy-go road infrastructures. So, and pressing more towards behavioral and educational awarenesses.
Okay.
That's it, to be crisp and precise.
Who are your teammates, Tazim?
So my teammates are there, Mr. Anurag, Mr. Bishal, Ritesh, and Ritvik, sir.
Okay. So how come none of you spoke up for the last one?
Sorry, sir, I couldn't understand you.
For the previous question about 10 minutes ago, I called for people from WhatsApp group 1 and everybody was silent.
Basically, so this is a month of Ramadan and I had to offer my prayer, sir.
Okay.
So I was busy in offering my prayer for 10 minutes.
Okay, no problem. I respect that, but then I'm going to pick on the others who may have been at chai break, long chai break. I understand, Tazim. Hey, don't take me too seriously, okay? Sometimes I'm just trying to lighten up the mood. Okay, which group here wants to go second? Yes?
Good afternoon, sir. This is Shubham. Talking about the potential opportunities in road safety improvement. So considering the first point, it's the infrastructure improvement. We can get the better driving conditions and and can emphasize on the pedestrian crossings, and talking about the vehicle safety conditions like ADAS and airbag, and other point is like policy and regulation. We can do more on these points. And the last point is like behavioral studies of different drivers, like how they react in different conditions. So what are the factors that affect a driver on the road?
Thank you, Shubham. All right, so then I'm going online. Who wants to go next from WhatsApp group? One just spoke. Who else is interested in summarizing?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
WhatsApp group 5, sir.
Okay.
Ishfaq.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Go for it, Ishfaq.
Sir, the challenges behind this are limited pedestrian infrastructure, unsafe roller roads, and overloading may be a main concern. Vehicles not only become difficult to control but also cause more severe accidents. And most probably that we all suffer from the inception data collection for Minister of Amorth and Highway collectors crash data. The quality and timelessness of this data are often limited. Inconsistent reporting, incomplete data, and lack of analysis hinder the identification of accident-prone areas or trends.
Okay, thank you, Ishfaq. I'm going to stop you there, but I appreciate that. All right, in room.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. In room, yes.
Sir, the related challenges are.
Speak up so that they know your name.
Sir, my name is Rahul Narayan.
Yeah, yeah. Say it so that they too know.
Yes.
The online. Yes, Rahul.
My name is Rahul Narayan, and I am with Sanatan Das.
Yeah.
Sir, the related challenges are there is a need to improve emergency medical services. Second, the correct data for the accidents are not provided. Such as example, I can give no latitude and no longitude is mentioned in the crash recording forms. Third, use of the autonomous vehicles. Fourth, people are not as much educated. Potential opportunities, as I can say, AI or IoT, which is very much helpful in the landslides, which affect road safety. Second, big boom in the safe infrastructure and the safer vehicle. Third, local community engagement will be increased.
Thank you. Thank you, Rahul. Online, who wants to go next?
Hello, sir. My name is Pratyush from Group 4.
Thank you, Pratyush, for speaking up for your team.
So I will just take a minute. I will tell about two points about challenges and the opportunities.
Yes.
So the challenges, the cultural attitude towards safety, as you mentioned in the morning, like in Kerala, like your driver asked you not to wear the seat belt in the village. One of those things. People are not wearing helmet just because their hairs will not be fallen properly. So those are a few challenges. Like adding all those. Yeah, I'm not talking about you. Sorry, sir.
Thank you. You noticed that.
Yeah, and the opportunities, I will say that use of drones. We can use drones for accident detection. Vehicle telematics and tracking can be done. And we always talk about the bad, like the other part of the social media, but it can be utilized for road safety awareness. And also India can collaborate with other countries with lower accident rates, as you mentioned in Sweden and Australia, those are the lower accident rates. So India can collaborate with them and get some better ideas, so we can follow those things here also. But yeah, India has heterogeneous traffic. We need to have some changes, but we can get some methodologies or ideas.
Thank you, Pratyush. And if I remember, Shruti is on your team, and anybody else?
Yes, sir. One more is there. I don't know the names.
Okay. All right. Again, homework for tomorrow. You all need to know who your teammates are. You have your WhatsApp groups, so maybe spend 10 minutes learning a little bit about each other. In room, we have one more team that has to speak up. The splinter group.
So myself, Vineet. I'm with Himansu. And I would like to add that there should be some mandatory safety features in vehicles, like level 0 of ADAS, at least headway monitoring warning and lane departure warning. And there should be, and for vehicle, I would like to add that there should be a vehicle scrappage policy that has been implemented in Delhi, as I'm aware. But most of the other state people that they buy second-hand or third-hand car and they use in their state where it has not been enforced or implemented. And for awareness and education program, I would like to add that most of the national highways are crossing rural areas where the people are not aware of traffic sign and traffic markings. So, and automated traffic management for and there should be some improvement and promotion of public transport, which will lead to efficient mobility of in on roads.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vineet. Also, just like I mentioned earlier, I plan to address the public transport vehicle miles of travel. If I don't do that, make sure that you call me on that. Okay. So I think I'm missing WhatsApp group 3. Who's the WhatsApp group that did not report? Is there any WhatsApp group that did not report to the last one?
Group 2, sir.
Group 2, okay. Go for it.
waiting
Who's going to speak for
Group 2? Group 2, sir, I am Ashwini Gupta. Although we had reported earlier, Krishna Kishore had reported, but
Yeah.
I can report again for
Yes.
Group 2.
Yes.
So in terms of opportunities, I would say one is to promote public transport. So to promote public transport, measures like congestion pricing to promote public transport, or introduction of smart cards that would be applicable across various travel modes. And then secondly, besides promoting public transport, integration of public transport with non-motorized transport to provide last mile connectivity. That is very important. That is an opportune area where the government would be trying. And lastly, I would say also when we are thinking of smart cities, to build smart cities in which from place of residence to place of work or vice versa, not more than 30 to 45 minutes are taken. So like we have some examples abroad like Paris and some London, like they have 30 to 45 minute cities. So something on those lines, if we can plan, that would be, doing good for our public transport system and the overall safety of the transport system. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ashwini and Kishore. Yeah, you touched upon several things. Is there anybody else who would like to add any comments to these? Hearing none. So I'm enthused by the breadth of comments and then similarities too. One of the things I'd like you to focus on when we have similar conversations, either during the lecture sessions or during the tutorials, is to try to narrow down. The focus is on data, existing data, what I will call legacy data, what we have been using or what we think we have, but several people talked about not timely, not quality. Okay. Think about that. And what data might we take advantage of that you are aware of? Okay. Not necessarily from the transport domain alone. Think about what data might come from other sources that you could use in transport. And when it comes to transport safety, I like the breadth of comments, but once again I want to bring it down to things that are far more central to our conversation. When it comes to vehicle design, I don't think we as much will be able to influence that as much, except to work with the elected officials, policymakers, regulators. So keep that in mind, but that should not be the focus. Think about roads, speeds, vehicles in terms of how we use them. Many of you talked about vehicle technologies. One thing I was hoping to hear was speed regulators. I know that public transport buses and the private lorries and trucks have speed governors or speed regulators, but they find ways to either circumvent it, or yes, it can keep beeping, beep, 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 and the driver keeps speeding. So that was something that I didn't hear from the comments today in terms of speed regulation.
Nowadays, like this commercial taxi people, they had this speed regulator.
Yes.
So you cannot go beyond 80.
Okay.
So whatever you do, you cannot go beyond 80.
Yes.
So accelerator will become ineffective.
Okay, good.
So,
I'm glad, because as you saw earlier, and Akhilesh brought this up, I brought this up, several of you talked about overspeeding is one of the biggest causal factors for these unsafe outcomes, whether people are killed or injured and so on. The last point I think we talked about, was it WhatsApp group 4 or 2 or the Vineet, I can't remember, talked about higher speed roadways, whether it is national highways or state highways, traversing rural areas. And that's a big challenge. And in India, we do not have a I shouldn't say we do not have, we have very little limited access roadways. Now the Delhi-Mumbai expressway is an example where you can only get on the roadway in certain places and get off the roadway in other places. People who are living alongside, whether it is in small urban, big urban areas, cannot get on the roadway. But there are many national highways that go through rural areas, even where I come from. And people during a harvest season, they harvest it and they spread the wheat or the rice chaffs on the road, so that as the vehicles go by, they separate the grain from the chaff. And that's an unsafe thing, but that is something that people are used to for generations. How do we bring about? So many of you talked about affecting behavioral change. Road user, whether it is the driver, the pedestrians, the motorized two-wheelers, the bicyclists, so on. And many of you talked about programs or campaigns, whether it is the Safety Week, Safety Month, starting with elementary schools or middle schools and so on, to try to impress upon them the importance. But we need to take it upon ourselves too. Whenever you're traveling with somebody, make sure they understand why is it that they should wear a helmet, why is it that they should wear seat belts, why is it that when you have a pedestrian crossing, zebra crossing, maybe 20 meters away, why is it important to go there and cross there as opposed to this is the shortest path? Yes, water takes the easiest path, but we cannot be water all the time, right? So we have to follow someone. And something that is unwritten, one of you talked about it, is yes, somebody, the police officer is giving you a challan, and then wink wink, if you do this, the challan disappears. Okay. How do we straighten out society unless each of us brings it upon and saying, no, I will not do this, and impress upon others, we will not do this? It's going to be difficult to bring about change. Change is hard. How many of you know the definition of inertia? You all studied engineering, right? Inertia is the inherent inability to change the current state. Right? So if something is happening this way, it's much easier to continue doing that than to change it. But collectively, individually we can bring small changes. Collectively we can bring big changes. And I did not hear, maybe I missed it, use of media, TV channels, newspapers, so on. At the end, I heard social media for education campaigns, so on. I think that is very, very powerful. And there are examples, particularly in Europe and New Zealand and Australia, where they have used social media to raise awareness amongst the broad communities. And I can tell you some of the examples that I have been involved with in campaigns are working with elementary school children and middle school children on importance of walking safely to school, using crosswalks, if they are riding bicycles, wearing helmets, and where to cross, so on and so forth, and working with parent-teacher associations. And what it has translated to is now there we have oftentimes grandparents or elders transporting the children. And the little children say, Dada or Nana, Nani, you must wear seatbelt before you can start driving. And that has a lot more powerful influence when they say, Grandpa, Grandma, wear seatbelt. And more than anything else, it's an emotional tug. Oh, the little child is telling me to do that, so maybe I should do that. And think of others, not just think of yourself, whether it is going to mess up your hair or mess up your clothes. That is a very small price to pay when you look at just a split second is all that it takes to change not just one person's life, many, many people who are involved. I think we've had a day full of rich conversations. This is just a start. We will dig more into specifics of how we can access data. I was hoping that in these 4 questions that I posed, you would bring more focus on data, but I didn't point you in that direction. I just wanted to hear from you what you think are the needs, challenges. think about your own points that you talked about and see where you can bring data to answer the points that you raised. Many of these, I think, data can help address those. Some of it is not necessarily that data are the way. We may not have data to answer the questions that you raised. With that, I want to bring my part of the session today to a close with one final request to everybody online as well as here. How many of you listen to music? May I have show of hands? Yeah. Okay, many of you are raising your right hand, other right hand. Watch movies. Come on, online too. You can. All right, so about seven people online out of 16. Can you think of songs that have anything to do with transport? So this is homework for you for tonight. Tomorrow I will set up a Google Sheet. I want you to enter. I'll give you directions, names of songs, who the musician is, and it has to be free. I have to be able to access it without paying for it. Anything to do with transport. Okay. How many of you heard of the old Hindi song Chalti Ka Naam Gaadi? Yes, Chal 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 mere sathi. Okay, so things of that sort. There are lots of movies about trains. Okay, and there's an old movie about Bombay to Goa that was in a bus completely. A movie from maybe 10 years ago, Chennai Express. Okay, that was on. That's Chennai Express is on a train. Now give me a song from that. So this is homework for all of you. If you can think of that, I'll try to set up the. I don't know, I will need to work with the course coordinators if we can make it live tonight itself, the Google Sheets. You can start populating the information. Key is I need to be able to access the music for free, even if it is audio. If it is video, that is great, but at least audio. And then if you have a link to the lyrics, because I want to see how the lyrics or the name of the movie or the name of the band relate to transport. Okay? Done? Thank you all very much.